All right, well, hey guys, it's Max. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. My name's Max. I like gaming, coding, and books. Basically, I just recorded a 3-hour dev vlog for you guys of me coding this little music player. You can click menu, it connects your Spotify, and then basically, I'm gonna play something on Spotify, but I'm gonna have to mute it really quick just because of copyright. But look, to start to bleed, and when someone needs a makeover, I can pause it on here and play.
I know.
I can also skip too. These songs are so good, I don't want to skip them, but look. Like, that's so cool. And basically you can just kind of drag this around. Oh, sorry, I'm like dragging it on my desktop. This is me dragging it in Streamlabs. Basically, for some reason, when I recorded this video for y'all, it basically was blurry the whole time. So I'm gonna have to do like a window capture of my VS Code, which is low-key a little bit buns. I guess basically I'm just gonna have to explain to you guys my process in building this, I guess. So I guess that's fine. So yeah, let's just get into it. Let me change the window capture. You don't really need to, I guess, read the text, but yeah, it would be nice if it wasn't blurry, but it is blurry. So let's just talk about it. So first of all, we're gonna have to go to the origin story. Basically,
This is how
I saw this girl's video.
From scratch.
She made this cute little thing, this cute little music player. I was like, oh my God, I want to do that. I don't think hers is connected to Spotify. It might be. I don't think it is though. So I wanted mine to be connected to Spotify just because I think that's more convenient. Hers might be. I don't know. I don't think she explained if it was. I mainly just saw this and then wanted to code it. She used this thing called, I forgot what it was called, but I'm using it. It's called, hold on, sorry. Electron. She used this thing called Electron, which basically takes your HTML, CSS, JavaScript, turns it into a desktop app type dealio thingy thing. So yeah, basically my background for all of this is I am a full-time front-end developer, and I just graduated from college with a full stack degree earlier this year. Yeah, so basically I went on Pinterest and I found a couple pictures of iPods, and I tried to copy these, and then I picked a couple color palettes on Pinterest, and then I basically just designed this. So these are all elements. I took these from Pinterest and made little stickers. I feel like you can't have a cute device without cute stickers, if you know what I mean. And so basically, yeah, that was my design process for all of this. And now if we go over to VS Code, okay, so basically I don't usually use VS Code, and I also usually do all my programming on my MacBook. For work, we use Cursor. If you don't know what Cursor is, it's VS Code with AI, kind of like whatever is in here. I think it's called like Copilot. I don't use Copilot. We use Cursor for work. It basically just makes everything a little bit faster. It helps you edit your files. If you know what you're doing, it can really speed things up. So I use Cursor to help me with a lot of this, but I did code a big chunk of it too. It basically just helps to speed things up. It gives you a lot of boilerplate. You can just kind of hurry up with stuff if you know how it works. So basically how this works is if you run npm start, it opens this, which isn't showing right now just because it opens the little, oh my God, let me just add it. Okay. I think we're all good now. Basically, when you run npm start, it opens this music player. I just put an overlay on my screen of the like live thing. Hopefully it doesn't cover too much code. So basically this project is just HTML, JavaScript, and CSS. It's super plain and basic. So we've got the title. I don't actually have a frame on. If you go to main JavaScript, this has like all of the stuff for Electron. I've never actually used Electron before, so this was like super new to me. But basically this is like the frame, and I turned the frame off, so this title doesn't even really matter, but if the frame was on, it would say this at the top. Our style sheet, we can probably close that. Okay, so body, we have our app, which is pretty much just this, and that's just like the front end of what you're seeing in the top right. So basically this div, the loading screen, that's what you see at the top that says connected right now. So we've got loading screen and then album cover. Basically, I'm pretty sure this loads from Spotify, this ID. We can look in the JavaScript in just a minute. And the loading text, that's what you're reading right now, basically. So this is track title, track info. That wasn't in the Figma. I actually just decided to add that afterwards because I thought that it would be really useful to have the title on your little music player. So for the controller section, these are all of my stickers. This is just the stickers, I guess. Oh, there's a comment right here. This says stickers. But yeah, these are my stickers. I basically took those from Pinterest and stripped the background, and then in the CSS file, I kind of did the positioning for them. So basically this is, we could probably close some of this, right? Okay, let's close all this. Let's close it as we go through. Oh shoot. Okay, we got stickers. Next is the controllers. So this is just that middle button with all these buttons. Basically each one is kind of in their own container. And then the script is an app. So yeah, that's basically everything in here. And then these buttons are from Bootstrap, but I just have the Bootstrap icon plugin on my Figma, and then I just like downloaded them as assets because I didn't really want to download all that stuff in here like Bootstrap or whatever. So let's go to app JavaScript. Okay, this file is like really juicy. You can't see on the right side of the screen, it's like the length of it. So I don't really know if we should go through all of this, but I guess we can if you're like kind of learning how to code. So basically we have blah 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 blah. Let me see. So these are just DOM elements. Document add event listener for the DOM that's initializing. We're getting the DOM elements right here, which is basically all of these ones that we just made up here. Checking if they're authenticated. Basically how this works is you have to log into Spotify. So yeah, these are just event listeners for that. So basically if it's not connected, it shows the specific state. Basically this is pausing and playing. This is skipping. This is basically all the function of the buttons pretty much. Right here is big chunk. We can probably close this function. Okay, this function is when they're logging in. This one is, what does this do? Loading screen, style, display, flex, controller section stays visible so menu can be clicked. Okay, I guess that's what that does. Show controller, keep loading screen visible for album cover display. Yes, that was disappearing before. If loading text update. Yeah, this is just updating the DOM right here with that text once it's connected. Okay, we're about halfway down. So this function, handle connection Spotify. A lot of this stuff has error logging because for some reason I was getting a bunch of bugs where I couldn't pause or skip, but it was playing music. And I figured out, so if you set this up on your computer, basically you have to have Spotify Premium to skip or pause. That's just like a rule they have for their API keys, which is pretty shitty. But yeah, so I had to resubscribe. I used to get it with my work for free, but I don't work there anymore. I have a different job, so I don't get free Spotify anymore. So I did have to pay for that, which is fine. It's not a big deal. But yeah, hold on. I'm actually going to move my character. I feel like he is, I feel like my little guy is just, oh fuck. Can I not flip this thing? How do you flip it? Hey, oh my god. I just flipped my character. Okay, sorry if I was blocking any code before. So let's get back into this. So yeah, so I had to add a lot of error logging just because there was a lot of bugs, which was basically just that one thing that I just told you. So we can just close this. This is callback. This is the play. This is the plain pause button. Skip forward. This is just like the functionality of the buttons. Even more. Which I guess. Okay. Playback state. And start play button. Okay. So yeah, those are all my functions in the app. I guess we can go to Spotify now. This file, Cursor basically set this stuff up for me just because I didn't want to sit here and type all of this. But I'm pretty sure a lot of this stuff is just how you get the Spotify connection to work. So this is the API integration right here. I don't think my access token is in here. Yeah, there's more error logging. I'm not going to show you guys my config up here because it has my keys in it. But yeah, this is just the Spotify file. Honestly, I'm going to be honest, I'm not really sure what any of this stuff does. If I read it, I could figure it out, but I just made Cursor make this. I mainly just did this file and then the CSS, and then I had Cursor help me with the JavaScript. Cursor helped me with this too. It really just speeds stuff up with boilerplate. So if you're like a little bit of a seasoned developer and you kind of know how things work, I definitely recommend it. It's super great. But yeah, this is pretty much what I did to code this. Sorry if this is a boring video. Honestly, it was going to be way better because I coded it with you guys, but for some reason the text was super blurry. I hope it's not as blurry now. I'm looking and it looks fine. On a side note, I modded my DS this week, so I might just put the footage of that at the end of this video maybe. It took me like, what, 3 hours, and I kept messing it up, but I don't know, that might actually be next week's video. Might just make that a whole different video. Let me know if you guys even care about that. I might not even post modding my DS. Also, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, thanks so much you guys for sticking around in this video. If you want to mess around with this thing, I will put the code into a GitHub repo. It already is, but I'll put it in like a public one, and I'll put it in the description and you guys can just download it. But I will say, if you're going to download it, you're going to have to do a few things. So in the config file, I'll just put something over the video so you can't see my keys. Basically, this is what your config file is going to look like, and you're going to need to go to developer.spotify.com/dashboard, and you're basically just going to have to make your own account on there and get your own keys. But this will work on your desktop. And also, if you're wondering why the corners aren't rounded, on my player, Electron doesn't allow that for some reason in PC. It should be rounded on Mac. I just checked on my MacBook and it's rounded, so you'll have a little iPod on there. It's more of an I square on your PC, but it doesn't really matter to me that much as long as it's cute and it works. But yeah, I'll put a GitHub repo, just download the code, obviously edit the config file, and when you want it to work, just type npm start in the console. But yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking around this far. I know this was kind of a longer video. Maybe not once I edit it down, but to me it was longer since I've been recording for like 4 hours. But yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good day.